Hello, this is a tutorial on how to create Hytale mods. So this is based on a tutorial by hytalemodding.dev. I'll have a link in the description. I've had to modify a few things though because it doesn't work. To get started, we need a test server. So we can go to %appdata% and then scroll through until you find Hytale. Go to install, release, package, game, latest, server. And this is the Hytale server, so it'll only be here if you've launched the game. So if you haven't got it here, then make sure to launch the game. Then you can copy it here. And now we need to make a file, a script that launches the server. So this is just like Minecraft. I'll make mine called start.bat. I'll open it and I'm going to just copy paste this in here. I'll have this in the description. Just make sure here, this is the path to the assets folder. It is located in the same directory, well, one directory above the server. So this is this zip right here. You need to put that link in here. So just make sure your username is correct and everything. Then you can close this and launch the server. This will take about 5 or 10 seconds to launch. Okay, so now we need to authorize it with our Hytale account, otherwise players can't join. So type /auth login device, and this will give a link here. You can either copy and paste it or just control click, and it'll open up and just click approve. Okay. So now, if you don't want to have to authorize it every time you launch the server, you can type /auth persistence encrypted and make sure there's a capital E. And that means that your authorization token will be stored on disk, and that means you don't have to write it every time. Okay, now to create a plugin, first you need to install Java 25. I'm going to assume you've already got that, but you can just search JDK 25 if you don't. And then on this tutorial, I'm going to copy and paste this link. I'll have it in the description too if you don't want to scroll through the tutorial. This is a GitHub repository. You need to clone this. If you don't know how to, then you can just click code here and then download zip. And I'll extract it. And then you can go to here. So go to the folder with source in it and then just go up one level. Right click and open folder as IntelliJ IDE project. Okay, this is the mod. First thing we need to do is go over to pom.xml and change this from 24 to 25. This means we're using the correct Java version when we compile. And then we want to go over to File, Project Structure. Click the plus here. New project library, Java. And then go over to your server and click in the server jar and OK. OK. Yes. Apply. And then we go over to project and make sure the SDK here is on 25. Okay, so I don't have an error here, but if you do, there's a Maven command that you can copy and paste and just press Control twice to bring this menu up, and then you can paste in. And just over here at the start, you need to put in the path to your Hytale server. I'll have this command in the description, but it's optional. So if you don't have any error when you open up the pom.xml, then it's fine, and you can just skip this step. Also, make sure you've got forward slashes here rather than backslashes. Okay, and then you can go to source, main, Java, example plugin, and this is the example code. So you've got an event and a command here, and they're being registered. Yeah. And then you can go over to here, this drop down, edit configurations, then add a new one called Maven. and just type in package here, and then apply, OK. And then you can run this. A new directory will be created here called target, and inside we'll have the jar file. So if you just go over to your server here, and I'm going to right click here, open an Explorer, and I'm going to drag this into my mods folder. And then if I launch the server, if I type plugin list, then the example plugin will show up right here. And you can see we're registering the example command. So also if I type /example, then it sends the message. Okay, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe.